Lesley, Chinanga. Do not underestimate the power of fear. Do not underestimate the power of fear. Lesley, Chinanga.
Fear is a small word, but it is so powerful. It has the ability to keep so many people from living their dreams. What are we typically afraid of? Failing? Being different? Not being able to live up to other people's expectations? We are generally afraid of the unknown. Fellow Toastmasters, if I were to ask each and every one of you what you would really like to be or do, if you knew 100% that there will be no obstacles and that you'll be very good at it, believe it or not, it will be completely different from what you're doing in your lives now. Why do we have this difference? That is because we are too afraid to take that first step. And even when we do, but do not succeed, we shut the door to that dream. Do you realize how much control fear has over your lives? I do. Let me give you an example. For the past 12 years, I have wanted to be a professor, teaching somewhere, anywhere. You know what the only thing holding me back all these years has been? My fear of public speaking. Some people don't have 12 years to live. I have just wasted mine, being afraid of taking that first step. It wasn't until 2 years ago that I decided to join Toastmasters so that I could be one step closer to accomplishing that dream. Toastmasters has brought me a long way, but I still have so much further to go. That is because initially, when a contest chairman contacted me about giving a speech for this contest, I was so afraid. I told him how busy I was. This is a 5-minute speech. How busy must I be to not have time for this? The bottom line is, I was more worried about having to listen to my heartbeat and my hands tremble as I give the speech. 11 months ago, a friend of mine called me. She wanted me to be the chief bridesmaid of her wedding. It's in a month's time. I am supposed to be happy, right? Ever since I had that conversation with her, I have been worried every single day. Just because I realized that I have to give a speech on that day. Another 5-minute speech. How many people do you know? They can sing like an angel. They can move mountains with their voices. But they would never think of contesting in a show like America Has Got Talent. Because they are too afraid to stand and sing in public. Sometimes our dreams are destroyed by the kind of people we surround ourselves with. When we have something we are really passionate about, we come up to them and we tell them all excited. But they look at us and they say, I have known you for so many years. That is not your thing. With a few words and the shake of a hand, they have just waved that dream of yours away. I have another example about myself. 3 years ago, when I got an admission into the College of Pharmacy here at the University of Minnesota, I was so excited. A dream of mine was coming true. But then all of a sudden, I lost my mom. And everything changed. My dad had passed away 10 years prior to that. I now had to be completely responsible for my 4 younger brothers. Plus, I have 2 children of my own. I really wanted to go to school. Faced with this difficult decision to make, I decided to ask my friends for advice. With all good intentions, they looked at me and they said, "Lesley, I am so sorry this has happened to you, but isn't it obvious? You have to forget about school and work to take care of the family." That hurt my feelings. Fortunately, I was watching Joel Austin, a television minister on TV, who inspires me. He said we should never, ever give up on our dreams, not at least without trying. What is the worst thing that can happen when you try but do not succeed? You would fall back to that point where you would have been if you had not done anything. Plus, you have learned something along the way. You are actually one step closer to accomplishing that dream. I decided to take my chances, going to school full-time and working 40 to 60 hours every single week for the past 3 years. The good news is, I only have 1 more year to go. What I learned from this whole experience is that I need to surround myself with people who are more positive. People who can look at me but still have the courage to say, "Lesley, you only have 1% chance of making it through this, but you go for it." Fear is not a good thing. It keeps us in the background. It convinces us that we can never accomplish our dreams. Fear has that ability to freeze us in our tracks and to cause us to lead a low life. Don't get me wrong, not every fear is bad. For example, the fear that keeps you from jumping off that cliff, that is good fear. However, if the fear that you are experiencing is more mental, you need to do something about it and keep on trying, just like I am doing here today. Madam Toastmaster.